Hey family, I want to come on here quickly to share a quick little testimony and kind of what God is calling us to do in this season, which is walking in obedience to the voice of God. So I'm sitting in service and I get this burden from the Lord to release a word to someone that was at our church, at my church, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, all right, God. And I felt like God was like, all right, I need you to release this. And I was kind of like, I don't know, back and forth with the Lord. And I felt like God sat down in this chair across from me and he was like, I'm going to sit here until you release this word. And I was like, all right, God, like, give me confirmation, give me confirmation. And I was like, God, if you're really sitting there, I need you to like push the chair, like push the chair. I'm having this conversation with the Lord because I'm like, all right, I'm feeling this word. The word felt a little uncomfortable for me to give, but I knew it would encourage the person that would be receiving it. And I said, all right, God, I need confirmation. Push the chair, push the chair. Well, my pastor who was preaching decides, well, he didn't decide. God, he said basically in his preaching, he goes on, he's preaching, he's talking about how we want confirmation on things. And he was like, you're sitting here talking about God, push the chair, push the chair. And I'm sitting in service and I was like, oh, I literally just asked God to push the chair. My pastor goes on and say it. And so I knew then that I had to release the word that God had given me. It was not even 2 minutes later. So I knew it was an urgency from the Lord to release this word to this woman. And so I said, all right, God, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So towards the end of the service, I get permission. I go up and I release the word from the Lord. And the woman just gets on her knees and she's crying and she's weeping. And it really moved her. And that is the space that God is calling us into, not just from a pulpit of like praying for people or prophesying, but when God speaks to us and he gives us a word for someone, whether that's in the grocery store, at the gas station, to encourage someone's heart, to encourage someone's journey, he's calling us to say it. He's calling us to speak. He's calling us to open up our mouths despite the uncomfortability, because it's all about him. It's not about us. So I pray that in this season you would walk in obedience. The first time I'm like, God, forgive me. I repent for not, for going back and forth with you. But he's so faithful and gracious to have mercy on me and have mercy on us. But in this season, walk in complete obedience to the Lord and what he's saying, because it's for someone else. It's for someone else. So I hope that encourages you. Obedience, obedience, obedience is better than sacrifice. Have a good week, everyone.